What up? You tuned into the Jose Morales podcast. This is season 3, episode 6. I have my first guest of season 3 on with me today. We're gonna have Alex Marin on, talking about his story, talking about getting familiar with him, who he is. A lot of people probably know him from the gym, but probably don't know his story. So today we're gonna get familiar with him. But before we do that, subscribe, comment, like, share, connect with us. And I hope you enjoyed the previous episode where we talked about finding purpose. I hope you gained a lot from it. And if you have not listened to that episode, I recommend you to check it out. But now to our guest, our first guest, Alex Marin. Say what's up, baby.
What's up, guys? I'm excited to be here. You already know we out here. Never done anything like this.
Alex is like, man.
I'm a little nervous, you know?
So his dad was actually on the podcast. He was on, I believe, season 1. He was one of the first ones. And now Alex is on. And a funny thing, Alex was getting on his dad for being shy, remember?
Yeah.
So now he's a shy one. So now Carlos gets a chance to get on his ass for being shy.
Yeah.
But before we get into anything, because you're going to share your story, you know, how you were raised, your life, your kid, your brothers and sisters, your dad, your family, everything. But before we get into that, I want to know, where did Chulo Alex come from? That IG handle of yours, because his IG handle is Chulo Alex.
Man, it was just, I don't know. I mean, back when I was in high school, I think about like freshman years when I like created that name. And I had already gone through like a whole bunch of like conceited ass like Instagram names, you know what I mean? I think at one point, I had like They Know Alex, you know, cause I was a little famous or whatever back in the day. You know, I felt hella clean with my like 900, or I think I started off with like 500 followers, and I felt like the shit at the time, you know what I mean? So it started like They Know Alex, and then eventually, you know, I started like posting more, and then I was like trying to find like a new username, because I was just like, oh, well, this one ain't working for me. So I just thought of Chulo Alex eventually, and then it just kind of stuck with me, and then it turned to like El Chulo Alex later on, and then I just kind of kept it. You know, I liked it.
So let everybody know what Chulo means. Hold up. He's cheating on me. I gotta get my chain out.
Oh,
Hold
yeah.
up. He's over here with his chain. I feel less of a man with his chain. All right, so let him know what Chulo means, and what, because not everyone speaks Spanish. Chulo, not culo, Alex. Chulo, Alex.
Yeah, no, Chulo is like, it's like handsome, you know what I mean?
Yeah, handsome Alex.
I'm a little handsome man.
All right. Now that we're talking about the Spanish thing, I have to share the story.
Oh, yeah.
Now that he's on.
Man, you gonna get this on the podcast and everything?
I have to.
All right, go ahead.
So we were in San Francisco. Amy and Alex were competing out in San Francisco, and after weighing in, we went to go get food, and we went to this Mexican restaurant that was right next to the gym we were competing at. We were ordering our food, and Alex wanted a largo horchata. Largo. Yeah. He wanted to say large, but he was trying to show off his Spanish. You know, he's trying to show off his Spanish skills, and he said he wanted a largo. Oh man, but he said in Spanish.
I was speaking very well until that part, though. You know. There's a lot of things that I can't do in Spanish, but one of the things that I can do in Spanish really well is just order food. I can order food like I'm fluent. You know what I mean? Back then, I don't know. I slipped a little bit. I knew it was grande. You know what I mean? But I had a little brain fart. But I can order food hella clean in Spanish. You know what I mean?
Was dying. So that's something actually that changed a lot. Because when you first started coming to the gym, you didn't speak too much Spanish. Remember?
Nah, I didn't speak nothing.
So what happened? Like, what was it change? So give me that. Let's hear that story first. What happened?
I honestly just hated the fact that I was Mexican. I looked hella Mexican, you know, I was hella dark and everything, and people would come up to me speaking like Spanish hella fast, and I'd be like, what? You know what I mean? And it hella bothered me, bro. So like, I think freshman year, you know, is when I took Spanish 1. You know, it's also the same year I started getting into like the Spanish music, like banda, cumbias, and all that, and going to the bailes, but you know about that. I was in a few quinces too, so you know, I started just like pick up a little more.
More your culture.
Yeah, exactly. So I just kind of got into my culture more, and then it just made me want to like just keep getting more into Spanish, man, because that's something that like hella bothered me is that I didn't know, because I have like so many family members with interesting stories, you know, that I really wanted to like talk to, you know, and even now it's hard to talk to them, but I still like I try my best a little bit, but
that's good.
So I just started taking like Spanish classes, man, listening to hella Spanish music, and
the music hella helps.
Hey, that did hella help.
The music hella helps. It's funny because in Spanish class they make you like sing along to songs.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? Why am I singing along to this shit?
Right?
But actually watching Spanish shit and Spanish music helps. If you have no one to practice with.
No, for sure. And the biggest thing for me was just grammar. I found out like later on that I know like most of the words, or at least enough to communicate in Spanish. It's just like putting them together in like sentences that kind of like messes with me. And I think what was it? It was junior year. I took AP Spanish, and that's when my Spanish was at its peak. You know what I mean? Cause I didn't know a lot back then. You know, I could have structured sentences, but back when I was in like junior year, that's when I started like pick up on it a little more. You know, I haven't been practicing it as much, so I feel like it kind of like I fell off a little bit, but I'm trying right now to like just like I'm trying to like watch YouTube videos and stuff in Spanish. You know what I mean? Because I want to learn.
One thing that helps me with Spanish, a tip: if I know the person speaks Spanish, I speak to them in Spanish, unless I'm in a place where there's non-Spanish speaking people. Because then I don't want them to feel like I'm talking shit about them.
Yeah,
but if I'm at home or if I'm with somebody that I know speak Spanish, I speak to them in Spanish.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Yeah, it's just practice.
Out of respect, yeah.
So a little history on Alex. Those that do not know, his mother is actually my cousin. His grandpa is my mom's brother, his grandpa, and this is family. I mean, a crazy thing about him, I'll let you start sharing your story, but the amount of things, the amount of growth you've had and change to where you're at now. A lot of people don't know, but how old are you?
I'm 18 right now.
18,
yep.
And he's already been coaching now a year, right?
It's been a year, I started coaching in February.
Yeah, so full on year.
Yeah,
and so you were coaching at 17.
Yep.
You graduated early.
I did.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So we'll get deep into that. Before we do that, tell us a little bit about Alex, man. Share where you're born, how you were raised. Tell us about your life. Go ahead. This is your time, Alex. I want to hear about El Chulo Alex.
Hell yeah. I was pretty much just raised here, Sacramento. You know, I lived pretty much everywhere. I think we started in like the Fulton area. Arden is where it was my favorite. That was my favorite area right there, because we lived in houses where we had like a neighborhood where there was like apartments where my abuela lived at. And then there was, on the other side of the apartments, my tío lives over there, my tía lived over there. You know, everybody lived together, so that was like my favorite area. And then from there, I think we went over to, I want to say it was, it might have been Antelope. I went over to Antelope, and we lived over there for a little bit. And that area was cool too. And then we came over to Citrus Heights. And I think at one point we did live in the Sunrise area, like near like Birdcage and stuff. But yeah, I was pretty much raised here. You know, I got into boxing, I think, at like, I want to say I was like in 8th grade when I first got into boxing, but I didn't get into this gym right away. I first started at a Muay Thai gym over in the downtown Roseville. It was called the Corner Boxing Club. It's not there no more, but I forgot the guy's name, but
Ezra.
You know, he ran that gym, and it was pretty cool. I liked it, you know, but there's a lot of things that that you guys do differently here, which is why like I decided to stay here, because, and I'm gonna be honest, like I didn't want to come here at first. I wanted to stay over there, but I'm super glad I did, because, you know, I feel like boxing changed me, just like the way I am, for sure, you know, as far as like my personality and stuff, and just being more confident in general. Yeah. So
how was your lifestyle growing up? I think you missed a big part of your life. Yeah. Your parents, how old were they when they had you?
Yeah, they were I believe they were both like 15, and I want to say my dad was like, maybe my dad might have been 16, but they were around like 15, 16 at the time.
So you were raised by kids?
Yeah, pretty much.
How was that?
It was fun. It was hella fun. I mean, like,
explain, because a lot of people don't know. I mean, I can't imagine being raised by a 15-year-old. You know what I mean? Being 6 and my mom being 21.
It was cool. I mean, they did really well as parents. My mom, I saw her a little more as a mom, you know, and then my dad, you know, he was still like kind of in his like his like teenage kind of phase, you know what I mean? So we would do a whole bunch of like dumb shit back when we lived in like Arden. Like there was one thing that we always used to do. We used to have this school right behind the house, and we would all go over there with like my primos and stuff. And when there would be like fruit on the trees, we'd like throw them at each other and shit, and take sticks and hit each other, you know. And it was just like we were doing stuff like that, you know.
Being playing around, being goofy.
Yeah, we were just playing around. And I think like later on, I think when we moved to like Antelope, that's when he like started like chilling out a little bit, and he started getting more serious into like just trying to own a business and things like that. But I mean, it was definitely a fun time, you know, being raised by parents. You know, there's a lot of things that I realize now that they actually struggled with, like in the past, you know, because it came with struggles, you know, being young parents. But, you know, at the time I didn't realize it. But now, like being older, I'm like, damn, like they really had me at 15. You know, they started, my dad started out working at Jack in the Box. I actually posted about that the other day.
Yeah.
You know, and he was trying to raise a kid like that. And then he moved to like a restaurant, and then the tree work, and just seeing like, you know, just some of the things they had to like.
Do you think seeing their hustle, their grind, influenced your grind and your hustle? Do you think it played a role, or you think you would have been the same person if they were not like that?
I don't think that I would have been the same person.
What about that influenced you, or what about that inspired you?
Well, I mean, it inspires me now more than ever, just because like back then I didn't really think about it like that. But now like I'm like, I can like think about it and be like, damn, like my dad started here. You know, and I really want to like give my dad props, because, you know, he started off, like I said, at Jack in the Box, bro. And like, you know, now he owns a business, and the business is doing really well. I mean, he's killing it. So that's something like right now that I'm like, damn, like.
Give a shout out to his business. What's his business?
Carlos Heartwood Professional Tree Management. Make sure you check it out if you guys need any tree work done or anything like that. You know, give him a call, 916-880-6831.
Oh, you know the number by heart. You know, there's a lot of people that don't know the numbers.
Yeah, no, I know both my parents' numbers.
Yeah, I know actually. I think I know about 10 people's numbers by heart.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know 2, that's it.
Yeah, but hey, yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Because if something happens, you don't got your phone, you gotta know how to call somebody.
Yeah.
So you were raised, and then what did you play any other sports besides?
I tried soccer for a little bit. I wasn't very good at it. I tried track.
We seen your basketball skills.
Oh yeah,
no, we know that's horrible.
Yeah, I tried basketball too back in the day. All right, hey,
we're like, hold up, Alex, what you doing?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta play. We get pass the ball, Alex. Pass the ball.
Our team never won a game when I was on the basketball team. Never.
I know why.
Yeah. And then I think basketball I tried first, and then I got into soccer, and I did that one for like, I want to say like 3 years, something like that.
So how were your grades? How were you in school? Were you a fucking straight A student? Did you struggle? Were you okay? Were you horrible? Did you ditch school? Like what were you like as a 12, 13, 14 in your teenage years? What was Alex like?
In school, I had pretty good grades, I would say. I had like, I think in 8th grade, I was kind of like fucking around a little bit, you know what I mean? I had like a 2.0, but going into high school, I had like a solid 3.0 all throughout high school, you know, and I think I ended with like a 3.6, something like that. But man, I mean, high school was a movie. I mean, let me just say that. It was cool for sure, you know. I was definitely one of the, like the attention seekers for sure. You know, like I like to be a little like show off, you know what I mean? Hence the name Chulo, Alex 916, you know? You know what I mean? So that's kind of how it was in high school.
So how do you go from being a show off to attention seeker to coming to the gym being quiet?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I guess it was just I needed to get comfortable first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like once I'm comfortable in the crowd, you know, it's like the real Alex comes out.
Yeah,
you know
that makes sense.
But I gotta really like be comfortable. You know what I mean?
So you mentioned that you didn't want to come here at the beginning. Mention why. Like go into that. Tell us more about.
I mean,
why, what was it? Did you really like where you were at? Did you give us feedback?
I did really like where I was at. I really did like the sport, and it was like
Were you doing Muay Thai? Were you kicking?
Yeah, I was doing it. I didn't get into like sparring and stuff yet, but I was hoping eventually to get into like fights, because I would go. My dad actually had a friend who brought his sons over there, so we would like go to like fights. I think in just around California, and just watch them, and it got me excited. So that was just something I really wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So that's why I didn't want to like. I didn't want to come here right away, you know, because I was like, damn, that's just boxing, you know what I mean? Like here, I gotta kick people, elbow, knee, you know, and it was cool. So that's basically the reason why I didn't want to come right away.
Yeah, and what changed with time? Like when you got here,
my dad just kind of signed me up.
Oh, so you didn't get a say in it?
Nah, I didn't even consider it. He just kind of signed me up and was like, okay, we're gonna go this day, and I was like, okay, all right. I was like, that's cool. Yeah, and I ended up liking it, man. I ended up hella liking it. You know
What about it did you end up liking a lot about it? Obviously, you liked it a lot to stay here for 5 years. So what?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I just liked fighting. You know what I mean? Like I didn't get into fights though. Like not like growing up or anything. I wasn't like a fighter. I mean, unless it was like with my cousins, but we'd be fucking around, you know. And so I just really like fighting, you know. And when I got into like sparring for the first time and things like that, I was just like, damn, okay, like this is fun. You know what I mean? Because I never got to spar at the other gym. You know, they honestly like they hella babied, you know, which is understandable because it's a lot more like dangerous with the elbows and the knees and things like that. You know what I mean? There's like a lot more to it. But here you kind of just like threw me in there one day. I got my ass whooped. I remember that. I got my ass whooped. He had me in there doing like 360s and stuff, and I was like, what's going on? But you know, I just kept doing it, bro.
Hey man, your mom's listening to this.
Oh crap,
Hey, because your mom didn't want you to box.
Nah, she didn't.
And she probably still don't want you to box.
She still don't want. Nah, she tells me, she was like, hey, why can't you do another sport? I'm like, well, this is my life right here. Like, this is what I want to do.
I know.
Yeah.
Your mom's such a mom too. Like
She is.
She's like, I think her purpose in life was to be a mom. I can't see her doing anything else. She is such a mom.
She's a great mom too.
Yeah, she is. She's amazing. So, your mom doesn't want you to box. Did your dad want you to box?
My dad was cool with it.
You know, I know he signed you up, but how was he about like not just boxing like as a fitness or training, but as far as competing? What was his take on it? Did he want you to compete?
Him and my mom are both like kind of different when it comes to that. You know, my mom's really like, oh, it's dangerous. This could happen. This could happen. My dad is like, you know, we're all gonna die one day. Just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is true.
Yeah. So that's kind of like his thought process when I was like, hey, I wanted to fight. He was like, okay. He was like, do it. You know, he supported me. He was actually really excited to see me fight too. I think he came to a few of my fights, like 2 of them maybe.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. And
how were your fights? I mean, you had 5, right?
So I had 5 of them.
How were? Talk to him about us.
My first one went really well. That was probably one of my like favorite ones, my highlights because.
At the nice gym.
Yeah, that nice ass gym, that bougie ass gym against the taller guy. And it was crazy, man. I've been talking about it to some of the people here because we've just been talking about like fighting and stuff. And I really didn't like realize at first that my opponent was southpaw. You know, I thought it was crazy because I was like in the zone. You know what I mean? So that was like my favorite fight.
Me and Amy were laughing at you like, how do you not realize he was southpaw?
I didn't realize it. You know what? But it's crazy because I actually had like I hated fighting southpaw people. Like we had this kid here, Paco, I think his name. What was his name? Or Paca, something like that.
Paca.
Yeah, Paca. We had Paca here. He was a southpaw, and I hated fighting him because it was super awkward. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just didn't realize he was southpaw, and southpaw is the ones I have trouble with. But I mean, I was on go mode the whole time. You know, it was like an adrenaline rush. I just couldn't stop, and it was fun. It was good.
Alex is actually gonna compete here soon in a couple weeks. He's gonna be actually not even a couple weeks soon. He's gonna be at Medford, Oregon. He's gonna fight.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna go out there. What exactly are your goals with boxing as far as competition?
Competition?
Yeah, as far as competing. This is actually Chip actually wanted to know this.
Oh, okay.
Chip wanted to know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, Alex, but a lot of people here love you.
Yeah. I mean,
No.
can you blame them?
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. A lot of people here really like you, man.
Yeah, I
like,
know. It's cool here, man.
They really, really, really like deeply care about you. So answer his question. What's your goal? Like,
well, my
as far
goal,
as competition, what's your goal? You don't got to we'll get into your life goal and all that, but we want to know what's your goal with, are you going to turn pro? Are you going to just fight amateur? What are you going to do? What's your plan?
Well, for now, for sure just want to get fights in, you know, like amateur fights. I want to go to nationals by the end of the year, and I want to, you know, I want to win nationals. I want to do all that. I want to do what Amy's doing, you know what I mean? Because seeing her do all those things, it's like cool, you know? She gets to train with all these like some of the best boxers in the nation. I think that's badass, you know what I mean? So that's definitely my goal, is just like rack up fights, you know, just get more experience so I can go to nationals and win. And then eventually, I mean, people ask me all the time, like, if I want to go pro eventually. And like, you know, it's always been like a thought in my head, but just like, it's like super dangerous. So I'm like, I don't know, but like, I really would want to do it. But just the fact that like I hear a lot of stories about people getting like hit wrong or like in the back of the head, you know, and it fucks up their whole life. So that's why I'm like, damn, like, I don't know. but it sounds fun. I mean, hopefully in the future, you know, if I feel like comfortable enough with myself and my boxing, and I'm pretty confident in my boxing, then I'll for sure try pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually I'll try it.
All right. What happened with you in college, and what, talk to about is that
Yeah.
Because I remember Alex wanted to move to LA for college.
Yeah, I wanted to go to
Alex
Santa
wanted
Barbara.
to do this,
do all
do that. What
Yeah.
changed? Because I remember you had told me, I've been around you for 5 years, and I remember there was a point where you were going to go to college
Yeah.
out of state and all that. So first tell me why you wanted to go out of state. Tell us your plan.
Well, so college has been something that, I honestly, bro, I never really wanted to go to college, like, ever. Like, I just didn't see myself doing it. But my parents were like, oh, you got to do this to be successful. You got to do this. And, they like, they were just telling me things like that. And so I was like, okay, well, I guess I got to go to college. You know what I mean? I got to start finding out what I'm going to do. And I had like a whole bunch of ideas throughout my life. Like, at first I wanted to be like a marine biologist. And then I wanted to be like some sort of scientist. I wanted to do something with animals at one point. It's just like I had a whole bunch of ideas. And but I really wasn't sure what exactly I wanted to do. So I was just kind of gonna like just go, you know what I mean? But I had like no plan or no nothing. So that's something that was kind of like holding me back. But the reason I wanted to go out of state too is just because if I was gonna like push myself to go to college, I want it to be enjoyable, you know what I mean?
Yeah, try something.
And my friends, Danny and Diana, they actually did go out there to Santa Barbara, which is why, and they were telling me too, they're like, hey, you should come through with us, we could all like live together and all this, and it sounded fun, you know what I mean? But like I said, I mean, I never had a plan, and I was never really like sure with myself, like what exactly I want to do in my life. And then that's where this gym came in, this job, you know what I mean? And then the way you like structure the Warrior program, and then just the way you talk about like your goals for us and things like that, it really just like made me want to stay. You know what I mean? I didn't want to leave in like a month, because I was already like about 2 months in, I think, when I had this idea. I was like, man, I don't want to leave this. There's so much like good that's coming out of it, and I saw it too. I saw the good things that were coming out of it. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay. I want to stay in that box because I get to do what I love, and I love like just doing the classes and stuff, man. Like the people here, people talk about it all the time too. This is like the best environment right here because everybody's like positive, everybody like lifts each other up and things like that.
It's a dope ass environment.
Hell yeah, man.
I try to explain that to people, but it's hard.
Yeah, it is.
You have to experience it.
Because a lot of people are intimidated, but you just gotta come through, man. Like it's really nice here. The people are nice. It's cool. Like teaching them something new. I get like. It's just cool, man.
Do you remember when it came about? Do you remember how you started working here? Do you remember?
Yeah.
I think about it. I was running.
Yeah.
I was running. I ran. For some reason, I always run into you when I run. It wasn't the first time.
Probably
Your
my dad
honked. You were like, but I was running.
Yeah.
And I was over here on Industrial running to the gym. And I saw you guys turning. And then when I saw you guys, I stopped.
I was sleeping in the car.
Yeah, you were sleeping. I said, what are you doing, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, meet me at the gym, and you guys came, and I talked to you about it.
Yeah.
And I honestly always saw you doing it, but I never brought it up to you when I never wanted it to bring it up to somebody if I was gonna get in the way of them doing something. And I felt like you were gonna go off to college and you were gonna do things, and I didn't want to stop you from doing that.
Yeah.
So I never brought it up to you. But then the day I talked to you that day, you were like, I'm not doing nothing. I'm like, what you mean not doing nothing?
Yeah, I was going to work at Champs, bro.
Yeah, I was like, what you mean you working at Chulo? Alex going to work at
real.
Champs?
Nah,
So,
that's crazy.
Hey, and you've been here a full year coaching now, not training. What do you think separates you from everybody else? From me, from David, from all the other coaches, from Antonio, from Amy, from Levi? What makes Chulo Alex unique, and what makes your classes, your training, your private sessions unique from everybody else's?
Man, that's a hard question. I think for sure, just the way like I get along with people, you know what I mean? Cause I've always been a people person. I'm not gonna lie, I've always been a people person. Like I know I said like I was a little shy at first, but bro, once I get comfortable, like I'm a people person for sure. I like talking to people, I like making friends, things like that. And this is a perfect environment to do all that, you know what I mean? you know, I was like talking to people every day, you know, and people are super nice here, man. Like shout out to Michelle the other day. I was like, hey, I didn't need lunch, and then we were just like talking about it, you know, having like a conversation during jump rope like we always do. And I was just telling them like, oh, I didn't need lunch. And she buys me food. I'm like, what? I'm like, man, we're BFFs
That's
now,
what
bro.
this guy does. He hustles
Hey,
everybody.
hey, he's tripping, bro.
Everybody brings us food lunch. Every time I walk up to the plant, he's eating something. Harry brings you food.
Man.
Harry lets you drive his Maserati.
Yeah. It's just everybody's here so nice, man. And I think just like just having that bond and then being able to like do the classes with them and teach them, it makes it like that much more fun. You know what I mean? When you have that bond with them.
Yeah. One thing I preach too, I tell it to all my boxers, part of them boxing here at one point, depends on where they're at in the Warrior program, they have to learn to coach. They have to learn to teach. And I tell you guys, you do it because it helps you with your boxing. Do you feel teaching helped you become better as a boxer?
Hell yeah, man. I like shadow boxing in the mirror a lot more because I used to just do it in the ring. But now when I like shadow box in the mirror, I can like, it's like I'm coaching myself, you know what I mean? I can see like, oh, I'm not twisting my back foot. I'm lifting up my arm whenever I jab, things like that. So I think it definitely did make me a lot more like technical, my boxing, like as far as training and stuff. So yeah, man, I'd say 100% it does help.
Yeah. What do you share a memorable like moment so far in your coaching that you like really remember? Maybe helping somebody or something where you're like, man, that was dope that I did that. Is there any moments or anything like that?
Well, one thing that I will always remember this day, it was when I think you left, a few of the other coaches left, and then I think I want to say it was just me and David doing the classes at the time because you guys were like fighting and stuff. And I was like, I don't know, I wasn't that experienced with the coaching, you know, I wasn't that comfortable. And then I come in one day, I think it's a 540 class. And I get this big ass class. It's like 16. I think it was like 18, I want to say. It was like a whole bunch of people. And keep in mind, I just started coaching. You know, I was freaking out, bro. I was already freaking out because like I was going to have 8 or 10 people in my class. That was like the average. So I would like trip every day. I'd be like, damn, I got to do this. I got to do it good. You know what I mean? And then having that many people come in, it was like super intimidating. But you know what, bro? Like moments like that is when I have like the best ideas and I've done the best classes so far. And like bro, I had like a recent class like that too. I want to say it was also when you left. It was like 20 people. We had the Warriors, we had the actual class going on, and we did a class and I killed it, bro. I killed it, you know what I mean?
You came through clutch.
And so that day, you know, I was under like so much pressure. I was having them do all this stuff. I was zooming the whole time. I had no help, and then I like brought out all the bags. We did stuff on the bags, then we did weights and things like that, and it just went like super well. But at the end, I was like drained, man. I was like hella tired at the end.
It gets you tired, huh? Coaching gets you fucking tired.
It's draining, man.
It
but
is
like,
draining.
yeah, I mean, some days are better than others, but like it does get you like super drained at the end of the day. So that was like one day that stood out to me because I didn't think like I had it in me like that. You know what I mean? I was like freaking out. I was like, damn, I'm gonna fuck this up. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hey, that's how you grow. That's how you grow.
Hey, no, that when you took the time off, that hella helped because it like, I don't know, it kind of pushed me in a way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like a lot of responsibility because I remember even one day I had like I had all the classes one day. I don't remember why, but I had all the classes. I had them all in the morning and then all in the afternoon.
You did?
I did.
Oh, you got screwed. Who screwed you?
Shit, I don't even know, man. But
Someone screwed you.
I had just started, so. But it helped. It helped for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's fucked up. Shout out to David for that.
For real,
Nah,
man.
I'm playing. Hey, Coach David, thank you for not playing. What's your goal with coaching? Like, what's your vision? What do you want to do in 5 years, 10 years? What's Alex? I mean, it probably would change with time, but as of right now, what does Alex want to do? As
of right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not 100% sure. but I mean, like, back when I was in high school, you know, it's crazy to me because a lot of teachers actually told me like, oh, you'd be a good teacher. And I was like, what? I was like, where the hell you get that from? You know what I mean? Because I'd just be doing my thing there, but they would like see, I guess, qualities in me or whatever, and they'd be like, oh, you'd be a good teacher. And like multiple teachers have told me that. I never saw myself doing it, but I'm doing it now. So I'm like, what? That's crazy. So I mean, as of now, I'm thinking for sure in the future, I'll be like coaching people, you know, or training people of some sort, whether it's like personal training or like fitness or maybe like even running my own gym at one point, you know, something like that, for sure.
I would love to see you have your own gym. That's one thing that I told you from the beginning, you know. And he's doing everything he needs to do, and he keeps growing. And this guy is a sponge. Everything he sees, he watches, he learns. Anytime there's any way to learn, he's learning. And with an attitude like that, and with your work ethic, there's no way you don't do something. And you're 18, man, 18, and you already have a year of experience of teaching, coaching. Man,
it's going well.
That's dope, man. I've said it to you, but I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you, man.
For real, I'm super proud of you, man. Yeah. To do what you're doing at the age you're doing, when you have so much distractions, it's very easy to not keep at it.
I know. I was even telling the Warriors today, bro, like running out. I was like, who the hell else is out here doing the hill at like 6 in the morning? You know, everybody else is sleeping. And I think it's badass that you have all the Warriors like wake up at 4 a.m. You know, I think the 4 a.m. group is the best group because, you know, they're fucking waking up at 3 a.m. They're waking up at 3 a.m. to come train at 4 a.m. for 2 hours off of like 6-7 hours of sleep. You know what I mean? I think that's badass that they're taking that extra step. And I
agree.
I for sure see them doing like.
And they grow so much and they change so much. Like Honcho changed a lot.
Hey, shout out to Honcho, man, because he used to weigh a lot more. He used to weigh like, I think 250 pounds. He's probably down to like 170, right, something like that. And, you know, if you seen him in high school, you wouldn't even be able to recognize him, bro, because he was a bigger guy, so he's doing really well. Really, like, shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
You know, I see a lot of potential in him for sure.
Yeah, it's dope. It is true, though. The 4 a.m. crew is a different mindset because you're not getting dropped off by mommy and daddy to come box. Like, that's you waking up. And to be real, most of them are all under 18. And the ones that are not under 18 are 18, 19, and then we got Pollito.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
But yeah, it's a trip. So what's your favorite part about boxing? It could be teaching, it could be boxing, anything in general. What is your favorite part about boxing?
For sure, like just fighting, sparring. For sure, 100%.
That's your favorite part?
Yeah, man, that's always been my favorite part. That's why.
Why?
Man, I don't know. I mean, it's just fun, bro. And I feel like I do pretty well, and I feel like I don't really get my ass beat. You know what I mean? So, shit, I'm not sure, man. I just like to fight, to be real. I just like to just do it. You know
all right. I forgot to mention AB actually asked the pro question. That wasn't my question.
The pro question?
Yeah, that was all AB.
Yeah.
AB wanted to know that.
AB.
She wanted to know. But this is one of my questions to you. Since you're having so much success at a high school or anything, what would you tell someone in high school right now that's getting pressure to go to college or getting pressure to find something, to do something out of high school? Yeah. What would you tell the high school student?
I think for sure, if you have a plan, or if you know what you want to do in the future, say you want to be a doctor and you have to like go to college to be a doctor, then go to college, you know? But if you don't have a plan, bro, I mean, I feel like your best bet is probably just trying new things, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like really just stepping out of your comfort zone. You know, do things that you don't see yourself doing. Like for example, bro, I honestly, when you asked me to start coaching, I didn't want to do it. I was like, bro, I couldn't even see myself doing it. You know, I wasn't like confident in myself and things like that. You know, but I was gonna work at fucking Champs, man. So I was like, shit, I might as well just work at the gym where I get to like do what I love and I get to train people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's what kind of pushed me into it. And then, you know, I loved it, bro. You know, I love everything about it. It's fun. So I think for sure, just like trying new things, man. You know, just stepping out of your comfort zone, and you know, if you're really not doing anything, you know, get a job, man. Get a job, and then take some courses that might seem interesting to you in like community college, but I wouldn't spend like hella money going to like a university right away. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't want to get into debt pretty much.
Yeah.
If you don't have a plan of execution.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great advice, man. It's great advice. So I'm gonna get to some of the Instagram questions.
Okay, let's see.
Lay wanted to know. Lay wanted to know, when was the last time Alex cried? And why?
Snap.
And why?
Yeah, Lay. I gotta think about that. Man.
Alex is getting shy.
To be real, I haven't cried in hella long. I have no idea.
So you wanna take a get out of jail free card on that?
I don't know. No, I want to answer the question.
All right, we'll come back to
I
it.
want to answer. Yeah,
All right.
let me think about it.
If you can have lunch with anyone, who would it be? She actually said drink, but you're not 21, so I'm like, no, Alex ain't drinking. Lunch.
Anybody.
With anybody, who would it be?
Like anybody?
Anybody in the world. You'd be like, I want to go to lunch with that person.
Jim Carrey, bro. That fool's funny.
What the fuck? Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey, bro. He's hella funny.
What the hell? That's hella real. I didn't expect Jim Carrey. I thought you were gonna say something else. Bro. All right, so when did you cry? You can answer that
man,
one.
I don't know.
And why? You gotta answer. Why you cried and when it was that you cried last time.
Damn, I really can't remember. It's been so long.
I think he wants to skip that question.
Yeah, we'll go back to it. We'll say that.
Like, he's gonna answer that in person when he sees you in person. All right, he's not gonna let the world know last time he cried.
I really don't know.
All right, what is your favorite restaurant in this area?
Damn, that's a hard one.
Chill.
No,
go ahead.
Let me think. I don't know, man. I think the Cheesecake Factory is pretty good. BJ's.
That's your favorite restaurant?
BJ's is bomb, bro.
Man, we gotta get Alex out, man. There's so many places out here. You say BJ's?
BJ's is bomb, bro. The little Pizookies they got, the burgers.
That's almost as bad as saying.
That's
almost as bad as saying the best tacos are at Taco Bell. That's pretty much what you're saying.
Bro. The best tacos are at any street vendor.
That's kind of in the way. That's kind of what you said.
I mean, I don't be going to restaurants like that, to be real.
Someone on Instagram said they want to stay unanimous, but they said, be real. DoorDash is always at the gym because of you or Kelly.
Kelly for sure, 100% Kelly. 100% Kelly.
So it's Kelly's fault?
Yeah, for sure Kelly.
Oh, I thought
she's just the one who asked me if I wanted anything. But I always say yeah.
All right.
I can't say no to that.
So,
sorry, Kelly.
Is there anything you want to add to the podcast before we end it? Is there anything you want to say? You want to comment? Anything you would want to? This is your chance. You want to say anything? Go for it.
Let me think about it. I mean,
there's nothing? You don't want to add nothing to it?
Like I said earlier, man, just step out your comfort zone. You know?
All right.
Don't be afraid to take that extra step, because I did it and I grew to love, coaching and shit like that.
That is true.
And for me, it's always been a confidence thing, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Confidence.
But you just gotta push yourself. That's how you break out of that. Cause just being shy, it like held me back from a lot of things in my life. You know what I mean?
That's crazy, because that's actually what we talk about in the next episode.
Oh, swear.
Right after this, I talk about that exactly. That is going against, running towards your problems. That's literally what it's about. And not hiding from things that scare you or make you uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly. It sets you back from a lot. So you just gotta push yourself, man. You really gotta push yourself sometimes, even if you don't expect even if you're expecting a bad outcome. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You just gotta do it.
All right.
You only live once.
Last Instagram question before we end it is who is your favorite boxer and why?
I really like Mike Tyson, because I feel like we have pretty comparable fighting styles. You know what I mean? I really like how he fights. That fool's a menace. Like his footwork, just hopping around all the big people and coming in with slick shots, power shots. And if you know me or you see me spar in the past, I like to brawl. That's my thing. And Mike Tyson does a similar style. You know what I mean? So that's one person that
you really like?
That I really like is Mike Tyson for sure. And I used to watch I haven't done it lately, but I used to watch a lot of his videos on just going forward with head movement, things like that. Some of the tips he has and his just the way he hops around them and things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think Mike Tyson for sure is one fighter that I really like.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
All right. So is there any tradition, anything you do to start off your week on Mondays? Because everyone's gonna listen to this on a Monday. How do you start off your week on Monday? Is there anything you do differently, or you just set your alarm, get up, and leave?
I wake up 3 a.m., come train 4 a.m. I do my thing for 2 hours. I go home, eat some breakfast, do something productive because I don't like doing nothing on Mondays. I hate it. I hate doing nothing on Mondays, especially any day during the week except like Saturday, Sunday. Those are the only days I'm fine doing nothing. But any day during the week, you know, where I'm just like sitting there and I know I could be doing stuff, but I'm just sitting on my ass. You know, I like to do something productive before I go into work. You know what I mean? So have some breakfast, do something productive. Yep.
And call it a week.
Call it a week.
How can people stay in contact with you, Alex? What is your handle?
You can for sure follow me on Instagram. I believe, I need to double check. I think it's Chulo Alex 916. If not, it's Chulo Alex 916. One of those, try one of those, and you can just
Try one of those.
You can hit me up on. You can hit me up on there for sure on Instagram at Chulo Alex 916. Ask me any questions you got about boxing. If you're interested in getting a session in, let me know. You know, got you guys.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you guys for listening. I will have you tune in next week where we're going to be talking about hide and seek, running towards your problems. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed getting familiar with Alex. If you know somebody or somebody that can gain something from this, like, share, subscribe, and we are out.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in.
Deuces.
Deuces.